welcome back to my channel. Today I was gonna talk about intuitive eating. It's a subject that has been trending a lot lately, and I am a firm believer that intuitive eating really does work, and it's extremely beneficial for a lot of people who suffer from eating disorders, who suffer from binge eating. For me, it's been very, life-changing and life very eye-opening experience. I have been doing it for years now, before it was ever trending or has become mainstream now in the media. A lot of my clients have benefited substantially from intuitive eating. So I thought I'd make a post about it and really dive in and talk to you about what it really means to eat intuitively. A lot of people think it just means to eat whatever you want whenever you want, and really that is not the right way to go about eating intuitively. So I would begin by saying that I am not a doctor, and everything that I say in any of my videos is strictly my own opinion. I am a certified holistic nutritionist. I am not a medical professional. Everything has been tried and tested by me, my family, my friends, and my clients. So whatever I recommend is really just based on my own experiences and those that I have helped. So let's dive right in. Intuitive eating is an approach to really look at food differently than how we have been in the past. So intuitive eating means you really listen to your body's cues, and you listen and really understand why you are craving certain foods or your body is in need of certain foods. So when we're born, obviously we have, a natural alarm that goes off inside us when we are hungry. We cry as babies and we're fed. So we naturally know how much we need, when we need it, and when to actually stop. As we get older, we kind of start using food to socialize. And with that, or we start getting food as a reward. So when we're younger, if we do something good, our parents might say, we'll take you out for ice cream. Or if you get a, good grade, they'll celebrate by making you a cake or, getting you some chocolate or things like that. So as we get older, we kind of start associating food with different emotions. And this is where the line gets blurred a little bit, and why a lot of people start to have some form of a bad relationship with food and tend to, overeat or, not eat enough, or they will restrict themselves and then binge eat, and all these very destructive it's a very destructive relationship with food. So intuitive eating just means that you really go back to your roots and think about the foods that you eat, when you're eating them, and why you're eating them. So and really not restricting yourself. That's the thing. So a lot of people are like, well, if you don't restrict yourself in any shape, way, or form, then obviously you're going to be, overweight, or you're going to be heavy. And I don't restrict myself in any way, shape, or form. And I've seen a lot of people who actually follow this approach. They actually have a much better relationship with food, and they actually have much healthier weights. So I just want to say one thing though, that for me as a holistic nutritionist, I really preach that just like, you can never change your shoe size, you should really not try to push your body to be something that it will never be. So you can starve yourself to be a certain size, but ultimately your body can't sustain that kind of weight. So it will push you to go back to what is a comfortable weight. It's where your body is comfortable at being. So it's where you can mentally and physically operate in the world without feeling drained, without feeling like you have no energy, without constantly thinking about food all the time. So if you really think about it, a lot of people try to really essentially change their body shape, which you can't do that. There's also genetics at play here. We all come in different shapes and sizes. Our bone structure is different than one another. So just like you can't change your shoe size, you really cannot ultimately change your body to fit some kind of perfect perfect body that society has convinced us that that is the only way to be. So I am here to really fight that. I am here to say we are all unique beings. We should really be so grateful for our bodies and everything that they do for us on a daily basis. And also, as for me as a mom, my body carried 3 children, and it was able to breastfeed them. It nourished them, it gave them life. So I really would urge you to look at your body differently and really appreciate and praise it for all that it does for you. So just to go back to the intuitive eating means that you will ultimately eat when you are hungry. You will listen to what your body wants. If your body wants fruits and vegetables and whole grains and foods that are going to nourish your body, then you will have those. And if your body is craving burger, it's craving fries, pizza, fried foods, you will also have that too. We don't look at food as in categories of good or bad, or this is evil, or this, I'm going to be naughty, I'm going to have some chocolate, I'm going to be naughty, I'm going to have, that burger or fries. I would really urge you to change the way you talk about food and your relationship with it. There is there's no good or bad food. There is no evil versus good. There isn't. If you think about food in that way, you will always feel guilty after you have a bad meal. You'll always have a poor relationship with food. Okay, so for me, I really would urge everybody to take a minute, think about what you really want out of, what you really want from life. How do you want to enjoy the food that you have? All I ask you is the next time you sit down to have a meal, to please not have an electronic, to not be watching TV, to not be, just be there, be engaged. Actually celebrate what you're eating, taste your food. It's really, in America, we keep comparing, American diet versus the French diet, and how, French people have better health, even though they eat, very decadent foods and whatnot. But it is, at the end of the day, the relationship you have with food. It's not really what you eat, it's how much you eat of it, how aware you are when you're eating it, the way you're enjoying it, the way you're socializing while you're having it. It's a very different approach to living. And through intuitive eating, you just listen to your body. Whatever your body feels like it needs that day, then you should give it to it. So having said all of this, it doesn't mean that if every single day you wake up in the morning and you want to have fried foods for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you want to have, a burger, and you want to have, there's all these different kinds of nutritionally void foods, then there is something off balance here. If your body is craving these foods all the time, then we need to go back to the basics. And this is what I do with my clients. We start off by, first of all, healing their gut. A lot of people have been taking several doses of antibiotics a year, and they never really build up their gut flora again after they finish taking the antibiotics. Antibiotics essentially kill all the bacteria in your body. It doesn't know the difference between the good and the bad. So it really just strips your gut of all the bacteria. So after you have antibiotics, you really need to you know, um, work again from zero to build up your gut health. And gut health is really strongly tied to your immune system. And so the worse off your gut health is, the worse off your immune system is going to be, which means you're going to keep getting sick more and more, and it's going to be a never-ending cycle. And poor gut health has been linked to being overweight. It has been linked to depression. So the root of all evil here really is starts in the gut. So bad health really does start in the gut. So we would start by, trying to eliminate as much sugar as possible, even though now you're thinking, well, what happened to intuitive eating? So if my body's craving sugar, then I should have it. Yes, that's true to a certain extent. But if your body is craving a lot of sugar, that means something is off balance also. So we need to fix that in the process so that you can eat intuitively. Also, a lot of people, they might feel that they need to eat a lot of food when they're not hungry, and it's also, due to maybe depression, or feeling lonely, or being bored, just plain out bored. Some people eat because they're bored. So those are never reasons to eat, unless you're really feeling a certain kind of way. I mean, it's not a reason. Being bored or depressed, or just not feeling that good in general, you should really try to sit there and look at the cause and try to fix that. So if you're depressed, why are you depressed? Or not feeling well, I should say, because depression is a disease within itself, and that needs to be looked at by a professional. So I'm talking about, when you're feeling down, or you're not feeling yourself. If you have not been feeling like yourself for a couple of months now, it is definitely time to see a professional. I do have clients that come and see me as a certified holistic nutritionist, and I do help them with their symptoms. However, they are coming willingly and knowingly that I am not a medical professional. So with having said all of this, you should look at the reasons why you feel like you need to eat, those certain foods. But of course, like I said, intuitive eating means you eat what your body is craving, and you don't feel bad about it. You don't feel like you need to punish yourself or get on the on that cycle of dieting and then binge eating and then getting back on the diet and then binge eating again, and so on and so forth. I know that my husband has struggled a lot with that, and I've seen it firsthand with many of my clients. And it reeks, it just really ruins your life, and it mentally and physically, it really takes its toll on the body, on the mind. You don't feel like yourself. I've known people for years to just stay on this cycle of dieting and binge eating. So I do recommend intuitive eating for most people. I do recommend you try it. See how it goes for a couple of months. Try to add as many different foods as you can. Try to add new things. I have another post about adding certain herbs and spices to your coffee in the morning. That tends to really help people and their cravings. It also changes your body. It boosts your immune system. So things like that really do help people stay on track. Intuitive eating is good for most people because it really allows you to have a good relationship with food. You don't feel like you have to always go on a diet or always try to find new and harmful ways to lose weight and change your body. I do want to say lastly, that with intuitive eating, it is extremely important to exercise. Exercise is beneficial for everybody. Anybody who is able to exercise should be exercising. I do urge you to, try to take the stairs, try to park your car as far away from the doors as possible so that you're walking at least into the, mall or to the office. Try to get as many um, like try to move your body as much as you can. I know a lot of you sit at the desk all day, so getting up, moving around, going to get water, just try to keep moving. If you can't exercise at least 3 times a week, then I would urge you to just do some little bit of home exercises. I personally have not been in the gym for years. I do all my exercises from home. I have a tailor-made exercise program that I created myself for myself, and it actually helped me to really, to really decrease my stress and my anxiety. I have 3 kids, so I have an extremely stressful day-to-day life, and it has really helped me to decrease my stress as well as all the other things that I do. But exercise is very important. Meditation is really important. I have another post on that too. But for intuitive eating to really work, you need to have some form of exercise in your life to also to allow your body to get the benefits of just being healthy and balanced and not at war with food and exercise. Food and exercise is not a form of punishment, okay? Moving your body is not punishment. Getting exercise in is not something that you need to feel like it's a drag. There are so many different ways you can move your body. I recently just joined with my 7-year-old son. I went back to playing Taekwondo. I find that it really helps me really connect back to my younger self, and also it pushes me to really get out of my comfort zone. So for us, it is really important. I recommend for everybody just to do one thing a day that would kind of push you a little bit out of your comfort zone and would get you to really move your body a little bit. So, with having said all of this, intuitive eating is extremely beneficial. It really does help eliminate many eating disorders that are not full blown. Of course, if you have a full blown eating disorder, you should be talking to a specialist. You need to get help. Please, I urge you, if you feel that you have a bad relationship with food that is affecting your daily life and your health, I urge you to get help. Um, it's no way to live. So I really hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please like this video, and if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to make a comment below, and I will answer all your questions. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.